Hello, welcome back to the Wizard Den. My name is Brian. Today we're going to be speaking about divination, especially in regards to tarot. So, how do I do tarot? How do I think you should do tarot? How is tarot supposed to be done if it is legitimate, compared to if it's not? Number one, let's start with how it's done if it's not legitimate. If it's not legitimate, people will be afraid to do a second card reading. Like if you go to those little tarot shops on the side of the road that say $10 reading or whatever, and you ask them to do the reading twice just to confirm it, they most likely won't do it because, it's all luck. Whatever comes out is luck. And, what motivates me to talk about this is I don't do it that way. I do second readings, confirmation readings. And this morning I got the same exact card after shuffling, after shuffling, cutting in between each card. I do everything. I do it very thorough, okay? And I did a 3-card reading, and out of those 3 cards, I got 2 of the cards exactly the same as before. I think it was like 4 Cups and the Knight of Pinnacle, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember. But I got the same exact cards. I take pictures of my cards when I spread them out, and then I, look at them again. And I got the same exact cards. Now, let's get into how I think you should do it. Or let's talk about how I do it first. Number one, I do it with a spirit companion every time. That means I'll do my reading with a divinatory spirit, such as Bifrons. He is good with divination. Astaroth is good with divination. Orobas is good with divination. Vasago. Hecate. All these spirits are very good with divination. And I think you should be very specific about which ones you pick. Make sure they are divination spirits. Now, this morning I used Bifrons, which is my personal favorite, and Astaroth, which is my second favorite, my runner-up. I used both of them. I used one to do my initial, which was Bifrons. And then my second, my runner-up, I used Astaroth. Okay, now I asked a question in reference to my upcoming job. How is it going to pan out? I was offered a manager position. Is this going to fall through, or is it going to fall off? And I got a good answer. I got, this card, and this card. Let's just call it A, B, and C. And then when I got done with it, I shuffled up the deck 3 times. And then when I was done, I, sat there and cut the deck. And then I asked the question. I got Astaroth. I said, Astaroth, come forth. Astaroth, I'm calling you for a divination session. I need you to come forth. Be here present with your energy. Join me for this divination reading. As soon as I started to feel her energy, as soon as I felt Astaroth's energy, then I asked the question, Astaroth, how is my job going to go in relation to yada, 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 with this situation, yada, yada, yada. And then I tell the spirit, hey, I'm going to cut the deck 3 times and pull the top card. And then I will repeat the steps for all 3 cards. And then I will tell the spirit when I'm going to go. I'm going to begin now. 1, 2, 3. This is me cutting the deck. Bottom to top. Bottom to top, or middle section to top. Middle section to top. Middle section to top. I do that 3 times, and then I grab the top card. And I place it down, face down. That way they come in order. And then I reveal it. And this time with Astaroth, I got A again, I got B again, and this time I didn't get C, I got D. Which was the devil. I remember that one. I got the devil. I pulled the devil, which means you receive what you put into it, basically. And this was just crazy because, number one, it was a confirmation, which is what I wanted. And number two, it was exact confirmation. It was the same exact reading as before. Now, that's kind of rare. Usually, I will get the same message, but I won't get the same cards. I usually get one of the same cards, and just the same message, but said differently. But this time, I got both cards the exact same. So, confirmation of confirmations. It was quite insane. So, now that you know how I do it, how do I think you should do it? I think that you should call upon a divinatory spirit. That way, you know for a fact you are getting you're linked up to a spirit and you're getting a proper reading. Now, the reason I say this is because what is divination in the first place? Divine. It's divine. You're pulling upon divinity, aka God. That's what that means. You're asking God or the gods for an answer. I'm not talking to gods, I'm talking to demons. So why not invoke a specific demon, right? That's what divination is. You're calling upon your spirit guides and all that. So people that sit there and say, I don't use anything, I don't use a spirit, I just do it with myself and my energy, that's very faulty, because that's not what even divination even is. It's calling upon the spirits for an answer. You know what I mean? That's what divination is. I mean, you can look it up. That's what divination is. When you roll runes and stuff, you're looking to the gods, Odin and Freya, Thor. You're asking them for an answer. And when you do it with witchcraft, you're asking Hecate for answers. That's what divination is. So I recommend calling upon a specific spirit that you want to work with and asking them to be there, get their presence, and then go forth with your divination, whatever type of divination it is. Which in this specific instance, it is tarot. Okay, so I use my tarot after I get the presence of the spirit there. If you can't feel energy, just call numerous times. I'd say just call until you feel comfortable. Maybe 5 times, 10 times, whatever. If you can't feel energy, more is better. That way you feel comfortable, feel confident. Okay. Next, you're going to want to always double check, always do confirmation. Because if you just do it one time, how are you to know that it wasn't just a pull of luck? Your answer, you need to verify your answer. Because if you're just doing it, and then you can't, let's put it this way. How do you know it's divine? Divination is divine. How do you know it's a divine answer? You don't, until you double check. If you double check and it's different, then you aren't tapped into anything at that moment. And you need to get tapped into something in order to get a correct answer. Now, this may ruffle some feathers, but a lot of people have gotten off into this hippie phase, and they're in this higher self nonsense. And look, I'm connected to my higher self, but that's not what divination is. I'm not asking myself for an answer. I'm asking divine spirits, demons, and angels, or gods or goddesses. I'm asking them for an answer, not my higher self. My higher self is just my higher self. It's not where I need it to be yet. It's not as powerful as I need it to be yet. There are other spirits more powerful than my higher self. So why would I not just talk to the gods and goddesses and get the answer from something that specializes in divination, something that is good at seeing the future? You know what I mean? That's their whole purpose, is seeing in the future. My whole purpose is not seeing in the future. That's not what my abilities are. So why would I not just call upon something whose abilities are seeing the future and relating to the past and stuff like that? You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. So my recommended method is to call your favorite spirit forth, whatever it is, a god, a goddess, angel, demon. And then from there, go ahead, do your divination. But don't just do it one time. Do it twice. And then just for confirmation, if you want, you can do it like I do and switch spirits. Meaning I did my first pull of tarot cards with Bifrons, and my second was with Astaroth. Your best results are going to come from one of two things: tarot cards or pendulum, and that's just my personal opinion. But all right, that's all I really had to say today. Y'all have a good one, and peace out.